Hey everyone, Mrs. Zander here. I just wanted to take some time and show you around the geometry course so you're a little bit more familiar with it. I know that if you're new to Wisconsin Virtual Learning, there's a lot to take in, so hopefully this video just kind of helps with you being able to navigate and find your way around the geometry course a little bit better, since there's a lot of new information you're probably taking in right now. All right, so the first thing I want to do is I want to application share with you. All right, here we go. And this is what, gotta love it. All right, this is what your geometry course looks like. So when you're log into Canvas, and then maybe I should take it, oh, I guess I can't take it back a step. But when you first log into Canvas, you're going to see something called the dashboard, and that's where all your courses are loaded. So you can just select whatever course you would like to view for the day, and you can get started with that. Now, before I jump into that course, I'm going to just quickly go over and show you this calendar feature. The calendar feature is going to allow you to see what you need to do each day in each of your courses. Now when I click on that calendar icon, you'll notice that your classes should populate on the right hand side here. Now whatever class you want to view the calendar for, you want to make sure that the box next to it is colored. If it's not colored, so if I click that off, notice how it's grayed out there, you will not see the calendar for that class. So I'm definitely going to want to make sure that to see what I need to do in geometry today, I want to make sure that that is colored. All right, and then I'm going to jump ahead here to September because that's when school officially starts. And I'll notice that the first day of school, all I have to do is this introduction discussion. So I'm going to go into my geometry course and I'm going to find this introduction discussion to complete. Then day 2, I noticed that I have to do lesson 1.01. But there's two things that are outlined here for lesson 1.01. There's the actual content for it, and that's like your textbook material. Since there is no physical textbook, everything is housed online, so that's what this first little icon is here with the calendar. And if there's like a rocket or like a pencil with paper icon, those are your actual homework assignments. So I need to read through and take notes on lesson 1.01, and then I need to do the homework assignment for that as well on the second day of school. Now on the third and fourth day of school, I noticed that I have lesson 1.02 to complete. Some of the lessons, ones I show you in a little bit here, you'll notice they're going to get a little bit lengthy or a little bit long. So I do give you multiple days to complete that lesson. So maybe day 1, you're going to want to go through and take the notes from the lesson. And then day 2, you'll try some practice problems and complete the homework assignment. How you split that up is really up to you, but note that you'll want to complete it by the day that it's on the calendar for. So I definitely want to make sure I get lesson 1.02 completed by September 8th. All right, so now that you know where to find what to do each day using that calendar feature in Canvas, let's go and actually find some of these content and homework assignments to complete. So there's two things I can do. To get to the content, I can click right on that and then click on the link here, or I can go back to my courses and then select geometry from my list that way. Alright, so back into our wonderful geometry class here, you'll notice all of my contact information is loaded on the front page here, so if you ever need to call me, you can. The fastest form of communication, believe it or not, is actually going to be using your Canvas email, as that I check my email quite often. On the home page, you'll also find the orientation course, which you're watching right now, or the orientation video here. You'll see a link to go to your content and assignments. That links you to the modules area. Again, the modules or content is like your textbook for this course. Go ahead, take a look at the syllabus if you have some free time. Also, I do have a correction policy, so if you're on your assignment, if you're not satisfied with the grade that you receive, I do have a correction policy that you might want to look into on the home page here. I have a live class button. If you click on that live class button, you'll notice it takes you right into the Blackboard Collaborate, which is where you go to get to the live courses. Live classes for those who are in the virtual pathway are Tuesdays and Thursdays from 2 to 3 p.m. So definitely make sure you enter a little bit early for that live class at 2 o'clock on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then if you need extra help outside of live classes or emails, I do have office hours every day from 10 to 11. You do need to sign up so that I know you're coming to see me. So to sign up for office hours, you just click on that button again. We go ahead and advance to next week when school starts. And you'll notice that there's appointment slots here that all you have to do is click on and sign up for. Now, when you click on those and you hit save, notice that a link is given. You want to use that link to attend the office hours. It's different than where the Geometry Live class is held. So just make sure you're using that link to get you to my office hours. All right, let's go back and talk about where you can find the content and homework assignments. So as I had mentioned, those are going to be in the modules area. So if I click on that, I found my introduction discussion. Woohoo! So this was on day 1, right? September 5th, right there. So if I click on that to open it up, I can see the prompt for that introduction discussion. So I would read through that, I would reply to it so that I can complete that assignment. For day 2, it said I had to do lesson 1.01. So notice how I have 2 1.01s here. The first one, if I click on it, this is your content. This is like your textbook. All right, so you have to read through all of this information and take notes on it. Now, anything that's highlighted is going to be important. So vocabulary terms are highlighted, theorems and postulates are highlighted. So just make sure that all that information finds its way into your geometry notebook. Now at the end of every lesson, there are practice questions for you to try. So at the bottom of the page, you just got to click on that. And it gives you a bunch of questions to try before your homework assignment. Because these are just practice questions, the answers are given. So you just click right there to receive the answers to make sure you did them correctly. But then you'll want to make sure you complete the homework assignment next. You can either complete that by clicking on the link below, or if you exit it and come back to it later, note that it's just in the modules area and it's right below. So you'll notice how things are organized. It's going to go lesson, homework, lesson, homework, lesson, homework, and it's going to follow that pattern all the way through until you get to the test at the very end, obviously. All right, now to get to the live classes, there are 2 different ways to get to live classes. So now you know how to find your textbook, so to speak, and then your homework assignments. If you're in the virtual pathway, you need to attend live classes as well. So on the home page, I had pointed it out earlier. You can click on that live class button right there, or you can come to Blackboard Collaborate and click on that link. So 2 different ways. They're going to get you to the exact same spot. To join the live class, you just need to click on this purple button, and it's going to bring you right into the prompt to start Blackboard Collaborate. Now, if you miss a live class and you need to view a recording, notice that when I'm in this Blackboard Collaborate area, there are 2 little tabs up on top. They're kind of hard to see. The first one automatically is going to be Sessions, which is highlighted. That's your live class. The one next to it says Recording. So if I were to click on that, a list will populate with all the recordings that I've made of the live classes. So if you need to go back and view a class because maybe I went too fast through material, or you were sick or had a doctor's appointment, that is where you would find the recordings. Obviously, there's nothing listed there right now because school hasn't officially started, but once it has, you'll see the lessons populate, or those classes populate. All right, we went over how to find what to do each day in the calendar. We went over the textbook and assignments, the live classes. The last thing we're going to address is your grades. So I'm going to click on that icon there, and it's going to open up my grade book. So your grade book is where you can see your scores on every assignment. So as you turn things in, the scores are obviously going to populate here. The dashes will disappear. You do need to be made aware that in most of the assignments, there are questions that I need to grade as the teacher. So if this score is a little bit low at first, do not panic. Chances are I probably have to just go in and grade some of the questions still. I'm really good about grading within a 24-hour time period. So within 24 hours of you turning in an assignment in, your true grade should be reflected in the grade book. Now, if you didn't get 100% on an assignment, it's always good to go back and see which ones were wrong and which ones were correct. So to do that, all you have to do is click on the assignment. Notice how they're all hyperlinked here? So I can click on that assignment, and it's going to bring me to that quiz. So I can see which ones were right and which ones were not. Obviously, this one says no submission because I haven't taken it yet, but if I did, it would populate with the questions and then the answers there. Okay, I think I have touched upon all the basics there, and I know it's a lot to kind of take in, but if you're brand new, take some time to play around in the course. You really can't break it. And if you have any questions after viewing this, make sure you reach out to me, either using the Canvas email, which is found right here, and it's a very standard emailing system, pretty simplistic to figure out there, or you can email me through Gmail too. So either one is fine. I check both of them very, very frequently, so you'll get my attention and probably a quick response using that email. All right, as I'm trying to remember my Blackboard Collaborate skills here. All right, that's all I got for you. So again, welcome to Geometry. I'm looking forward to a great year with you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Bye, everyone.